Yeah, broadcasting from 21st and Florida in the Mission District of San Francisco. If you're in town and you want to hang out with a couple of cool DJs, go ahead and stop by 2781 21st Street in San Francisco. Right now, I have Jaye Lewis with me right here. What's up, man?
What's up?
Hey, good to have you back.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, Jay was one of my, I know I mentioned it earlier, but Jay was one of my first, actually he was probably the first guest that I had on my show a few months ago, and he has a new song to premiere today.
Yeah.
How have things been since then?
Good. Busy. A lot of things going on. Working on a lot of music, trying to get everything completed for my album in short amount of time, I guess you could say. But I just been blessed. Like, everything's been wonderful. So been doing a lot of stuff. Had a show on December 25th that went really well, San Mateo. Just recently did WWS Magazine. I have like a whole page spread in there. They interviewed me, so it's been a lot of stuff going on. I did the industry hour with my friend Needles from Arizona, so I called in and did that. So I've been busy. It's been a lot of good things going on. Yeah,
it sounds like you've been continually working on your music and stuff.
Definitely.
So was that your first time performing your material, or?
No, that was like my second show. The first show I did was the Rumba Lounge. I think that was, I can't remember. I think that might have been before I did Pirate Cat with you the first time. But that was my second show. I have another show coming up on January 22nd. I believe it's going to be in the same place, so I'll have that on Facebook and Twitter and ReverbNation.com. all my pages, so you can just check it out. Keeps you updated with everything I'm doing.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Who did you perform with? Anyone else?
There was another performer there, another singer. He performed, but I was the only hip hop artist that performed.
Oh wow! So you were amongst like a different crowd.
Yeah, it was different. It was cool though, because I think it's good to just get your music out to everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
Not just one group of people. I'm trying to get it out to the general public so everyone can hear my music.
Yeah, for sure.
And kind of keep it versatile,
Yeah. I mean, I think that one of the most important things about being in the music industry is, I guess, understanding other types of music and just sort of drawing influence from different areas,
And then that can also help you cross over, and do different things, not just, I'm a hip hop artist, but I can also try to, make just different type of songs, different type of beats, something that you wouldn't necessarily hear from me, but just to attract a different audience of people. So I think that's really important in music.
Yeah.
Just to keep it, to keep it new and fresh and keep people, anticipating.
Yeah, keep people on their toes.
Right.
Sort of not expecting something.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, for sure. I always sort of appreciate it when I find out that metalheads like Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Just different areas
crazy.
Like that. So yeah.
She's different. She's definitely out there.
Yeah, she's a performer.
Yeah, but I think it was cool, the whole thing they did with Beyonce, that was different.
Yeah.
To kind of see Beyonce do that song kind of threw everyone off, wow. So that's kind of what you want.
Yeah, I definitely appreciated that, especially since someone like Beyonce is sort of she's always in the pinnacle of her career. So it's kind of cool to see her sort of do something different like that.
Right, but she always keeps it new. She always changes it up, and that's very important. In music,
Yeah, for
keeps
sure.
you interested. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about this new album, or tell me about the album that you're working on.
Basically, it's titled 1984, which is the year I'm born. It's just basically it's just talking about my life, really in depth, and things I've been through, and struggles. And there's songs on there that are I guess more catchy. I have a song that I wrote about my wife specifically called Greatest Love. It's really good. I have a song called No Place I'd Rather Be, which I played last time I was here.
Right.
And that's just talking about the struggles of being an artist, not always being able to be where you want to be or with the one that you love at that time, but you always be back. And then By Any Means was just basically an underground beat that I just talked about how I started rapping and how you know, like Tupac influenced my music, and how at first I didn't really take rapping seriously, and then I got serious, and how it's, you know, like ways I want to change the game. So I brought that song here, and that got remixed by Needles in Arizona.
All right.
So it sounds dope. And Complicated is just about growing up with my mom and my brother. I have that today as well. So it's, you know, it's a touching song, but I just kind of wanted to like step outside of the box and just really go in depth about myself and let people know about me a little more, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like a very autobiographical album.
Yeah.
You know, it's you.
Yeah.
You know, which is really, I think, it's, you know, artists, you guys have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And so for you to, you know, make an album about your life, you know, I mean, it's a big step. It's it's not easy to be a artist. I can say that much from experience. And it takes a lot of time and effort and energy, and you know, you have to really be dedicated to the craft. Otherwise, it's almost like you're wasting your time. So you know, I would definitely say if you're gonna do it 100%. Yeah.
And that's what I try to do with my music, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And that was the original version of what was that song called again?
By Any Means.
By Any Means.
Yeah.
And that one was the one about your wifey, right?
That one was just talking about hip hop, basically, like
right.
where I started. Like at the beginning of the song, I say like, at the age of 17 is when my story begins. Used to voice record songs and play them back to my friends. Like this is talking about how you know, like when I first started rapping, it wasn't serious, and then kind of like music inspired me, and then I took it seriously, and then it's just this kind of flows with like taking this music to another level and going beyond what people would really expect, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cool song. I think.
Yeah, no, it's
getting a good response, like a lot better than what I thought. A lot of people hear the song and they like it tremendously, so it's good.
Yeah, and you know what's great about your songs is that they have substance.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, there's rap out there that's like someone put it. How does someone put it? They said, you know, it's for the momentary satisfaction,
right.
And then there's music that's long term,
right?
You know, and that'll stick around because it means a little bit more,
right.
And so that's definitely, I think, a category that you fit into.
Yeah,
for
appreciate
sure.
that.
Yeah, no problem. So the next song that we have it's your new one, right?
Yeah, Complicated.
All right, do you want to talk about that one a little bit?
Yeah, so basically it's just talking about how I grew up with just me and my mom and my brother and my grandmother, and helping to raise my younger brother at a young age because my mom worked a lot, and father wasn't necessarily there, you know, because you know how things happen with your mom and dad. It doesn't always work like it should, which is not a bad thing, but
right.
So I just like I said, I just kind of stepped out of the box and just wanted to touch on that and just kind of have some closure for myself with that, I guess you could say. So I touched on that and a couple situations that happened in the midst of all that. So it's like talking about me from a boy all the way up into a man, and how all that transitioned kind of into what you see now. So it's a touching song. My mom really likes it. Kind of made her tear up a little bit. So it's good though.
Well, you know, what's great about art is that it's such a great outlet for whatever has happened in your life, whether it be good or bad, and it just really helps you either get over things or relish in it, or you know, or whatever. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So this song here is from Jaye, and this track is called Complicated. That was Complicated from Jaye, who I have here in the studio right now.
Yes.
Yay. So let's see. How would you think Complicated is different or similar to like the rest of your songs on the album?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say like similar. I think basically it's all similar just because I'm speaking from my heart, and like, you know, like, I guess just like from a point where not your everyday artist would speak from. You know, like I say in like my music, none of my music is like fabricated or made up. You know, I don't just make songs just to sound cool, or, you know, talk about things that have nothing to do with me as a person. You know, I just I don't know. I just think that if you don't have relevance in your music, I kind of think it's pointless, you know.
Yeah.
And that's
sure.
that was my main focus, like when I really decided to become an artist and take it to that level and become serious about it. I always told myself, like, you know, I'm gonna speak about me and things that I've been through and my struggles, and hopefully people can relate to that and appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important. But I think all my songs relate because, you know, they all talk about a point in my life or things that I've been through or what I'm feeling at that time. So it kind of all ties in together.
Yeah. Because you know, you want your listeners and, you know, people who want to listen to you to be able to like relate to what you're saying.
Yeah.
And like the guy I was just telling you about,
right.
Rafael Casal, you know, he told me about how he, you know, went to the grocery store and some guy gave him his CD. And he was like, oh, check out my demo, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he sticks it in, and it's this guy that works at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And what he's rapping about is, you know, expensive cars and women and just like living the fabulous life. And he's like, wait, I mean, like, not to be mean, but
right, you work at a grocery store, so
yeah,
that's you know, like, if it doesn't apply to your life, I don't feel like you should rap it. I mean, it's cool to talk, maybe make it like that's what you dream about, but if you're making songs about stuff that if someone met you in person, it's not real, then it's kind of like, you know, what are you talking about?
Right.
That's just how I feel. That's my standpoint on it.
Yeah, you know, like I feel like there's a place in this world for every type of music.
Yeah.
You know, like the less serious stuff to you know what you're doing.
Right.
But what's good about you is that you're starting off with a substantial record.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of artists get caught up in trying to get famous now.
Right, and like you have, like, it takes time. You have to put in groundwork, and you have to, you know, you have to grind. And like I was talking to my wife about this like the other day, and she was like, you know, it takes like blood, sweat, and tears, which is absolutely correct. You know, like it takes a lot to really take it to that level and become that person that, you know, we all want to be eventually in our lives, especially with the music. But like you said, it doesn't happen overnight. Like you just can't make a song and expect to go platinum or think that some label's just gonna pick you up like that. You know, I've been doing this for like almost a year now, and you know, I mean, it like I said, I'm so grateful because it's done a lot more than I thought it would do in such a short amount of time. But like I said, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort and restless nights writing and studio sessions and trying to perfect everything. So it's not easy, but you know, if you're gonna do it, you should do it 100%, or you know, maybe think about a different direction in what you want to do with your life.
Yeah. And you know, you said you were grateful. You mentioned that in your Complicated song, right? Are you just grateful for, I mean, even though you had to go through things, I mean, that's what you had to go through to get where you are.
Yeah, it makes you stronger as a person, you know. And I always feel like, you know, like you'll never endure more than what you can handle ever in life, and that's very true.
Yeah.
I think that's 100% true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm grateful for all my struggles, everything that I've been through, things that I will go through, I'm sure, in the future. You know, it makes you strong. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna get into Situations next. All right. And when did you work on this song?
Wow. Situations I recorded. Wow. Man, maybe 7 or 8 months ago, at least. That was one of the earlier songs that I had recorded with Gabe, my engineer, by the way. I'm sure he's listening. Yeah, that was one of the earlier songs that I just recorded and heard the beat and kind of just made scenarios out of that could possibly happen to you. You know, it's a catchy song. I get a lot of good feedback. A lot of people like Situations, so it's always been a song I stuck with. I always perform it when I do shows, so the response is heavy, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I think what's cool about it is it has, I think, the I don't want to say mainstream, but it has that catchy appeal.
Yeah,
but it's also substantial, like the rest of your work.
The hook is usually what gets people.
Yeah,
you know? It's cool though.
All right, so here is Situations from Jay Lewis.
Yeah.